Hi, Laura here, and today I'm going to be taking you through the Pilates Mat Intermediate Traditional Series. So the exercises that you're going to see in today's video are the Joseph Pilates traditional exercises from the intermediate level flow. My name is Laura. I'm a certified Pilates instructor, and in honor of March Matness, I thought it would be fun to bring it back to the traditional. The exercises that you're going to see in today's video are going to have no fluff added to it, no props. It's just the traditional classical exercises from the intermediate level in honor of March Madness. I feel like every March I try to participate in the 30 days of the mat exercises, and maybe this year will be the year that I do it. And I'm making this video so that even on the days that I don't want to lead myself, I have myself to lead me through the exercises. So maybe you'll join me this March in committing to 30 days of Pilates, or maybe you're doing these exercises because you want to hone in into the traditional classical roots of Pilates. Either way, welcome. We are going to use just our mat. Like I mentioned earlier, no props. You don't have to have a fancy mat like me. It can be a yoga mat. You can put a blanket or a towel down. What's really cool about this exercise is that it is travel friendly. You can be in a hotel, an Airbnb, put down a blanket, put down a mat, and you can get your workout on. I'm going to start in a laying down position for our hundreds. So go ahead and meet me there laying down on your back. Starting laying down on your back, reach your hands upwards towards the sky. First exercise is our hundreds. Take a big inhale to prepare, and then on the exhale, nod your chin to chest, look forward at your toes. If it feels good to you, lift those legs up, and then start your pumps from your hundreds. We pump those hands, little splash, up, down, and inhale through the nose. Exhale outwards through the mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Low stomach pulling in. If the legs raised doesn't feel good to you, I would keep your legs onto the ground, or even bend those knees so that those feet are flat to the ground, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders forward and up, looking through your knees, past your knees. You can also lift into a tabletop position and then straighten out your legs from there. So you've got a couple of different options here. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Inhale. Exhale out. 2 more breaths. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. 1 last breath. And exhale mouth. Bend the knees in. Rest the feet down. We're going to extend the legs straight. Hands are going to come up overhead. I like palms facing in as they go to reach up, biceps by the ears. As you're here, make sure that stomach, that core is engaged. The hands will go up to the sky. Nod your chin to chest again. Reach forward and up for your roll up. I flex my feet as I reach my hands forward, and then tuck the tailbone underneath you. You articulate your spine down, bone by bone by bone to come down. Head rests down, hands reach back. Knit the ribs together like you're pulling away from the zipper of a jacket. Take the hands up, nod the chin to chest, roll yourself forward and up, reaching your hands to your toes, finding that flex of your feet, and then resist yourself on down. We're going to do the traditional repetitions as well. I'm only going to do 3. The traditional repetitions would be 3 to 5. So if you're looking for a little bit more of a deeper stretch through the back of the legs, add a couple more in. And then when we end in our laying down position, the hands are going to come down by your side. Pull the right knee into chest, stretch the right leg up to the sky, single leg circle. We cross across our body first, down to the ankle, open out to the side, and then lift up. We go again. Across, down, around, and up. I do like to pause at the 12 o'clock. For me, that helps me to work a little bit more of my core. I'm going to go for a 4. Next one is 5. Pause, switch directions, open to the side, lower it down across your body, and then up. As you go out and open, try to keep that rectangle of your torso square onto the mat that's beneath you. We go for a 5. I have 3. Inhale, open, exhale, lift, 2. Inhale, open, exhale, lift, 1. Technically, it's a scissor kick to switch. So we go right leg down, left leg up, hold it up, pointed toe, Right foot on the floor is flexed, press it down. We go across our body first, shoulder girdle is square, down to the ankle, open to the side, and then lift up. Across, down, around, lift up. For 3, exhale, lift, last 2. Exhale, lift, palms down, last 1. Exhale, lift, and then switch directions. Open, down, across your leg, then up. Palms down. I like to really emphasize the arms here because you're going to be using your arms when we advance in the advanced level for your overhead. So already start to practice pushing those hands down as your leg is moving in space. One more time for 5. Once you finish the 5, bring the foot down. We're going to hug our knees inwards towards our chest and come up to a seated position. From this position, hug your heels in closer to your bottom, point your toes, hollow out your stomach, float your feet, rolling like a ball. Inhale, take it backwards to the shoulders. Exhale, take it up. Inhale, take it backwards. Exhale, take it forward. Low stomach pulls in and away from the thighs. You use the exhale to help you get engaged to your core. We're going to go for 2 more times. 5 to 10 would be our traditional repetitions. And then on your last one, hold the top. Now, Joseph Pilates didn't have a series of 5. It's just going to be the first 2 exercises. I want you to reach your left leg forward. Keep your right leg in. You take your hands to the top of your shins, roll yourself downwards. Once you're here, you hug the knee into the same side shoulder. We switch. Single leg stretch and switch. Tailbone is heavy, shoulder blades are curled forward. You find that point of your toes to help you engage through your quad for your floating leg. Also helps you to find a little bit more of a squeeze through your butt. We're going to be here for 4. Last 3, 2, on a 1, hug both knees in, double leg stretch, legs together. Reach the legs long, reach the arms back, circle the arms, bend the knees in, come into a tighter little ball. And again, reach it long, open the hands, pull the knees in, find that hug. Chest is lifted here. Inner thighs squeeze together as you reach. As you lift the chest, we're not trying to make that come from the head. We're trying to fold our rib cage forward. We're going to go for 3. In 2, we hold that hug in. Next time, find the reach, circle around, hug the knees in, and then from here, rock yourself back up into a seated position. I'm going to take myself halfway on my mat, open the legs out into a wide V. For me, I like mine wider than the width of my mat. Once you're there, take your hands forward, spine stretch. Squeeze your seat. So I like to press my legs down to sit up a little bit taller. And then tuck your chin to chest, roll your spine forward, keep your hips heavy on the mat, and then articulate yourself back up against an imaginary wall. So we go tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, restack the head, and then we go again. Chin to chest, roll it forward, reach it forward, biceps by ears, and then resist yourself back up. It is still a core exercise. Feel like you're pulling that navel backwards away from the waistband, folding yourself forward from the top of your 6-pack abs, just like you were crunching yourself forward for your series of 5. We're going to be here for 3. In 2, we're going to end in a seated position. And then next time, we end in our seated position. Final reach, tailbone heavy. As you reach your hands forward, can you pull your low back more back? And then restack yourself up tall. Now this one, the transition's a little bit tricky for me. Point your toes, lean yourself a little bit back, and then try to float those legs up into your open leg rocker. So like rolling like a ball, you rock yourself to the top of your shirt, and then we bring ourselves up. I don't practice this one enough, but it's just like you're rolling like a ball. You want to try to keep that C curve as you come up, and we don't come to our butt bones. You don't need to be seated up tall. We're going to be here for 2 more times. And then on your last time, hold the top, take a moment, squeeze the legs together, reach your hands to toes, roll yourself on down, head is down, arms are long. Corkscrew. We're gonna not do the overhead part, just the circle part. So legs together, they're both the same length. Twist the legs over to one side, take them down around the face of a clock, twist them to the opposite side, and then back up to the 12 o'clock. Toes stay pointed, legs stay the same length. So usually what I see is people not taking their hips over with them as they go to twist to the side. So I like to think that as I go to the left, my right leg gets longer, my shoulders stay down, my right hip has lifted as I go down, around, and then back up. We'll go one more each side. Legs back up, take your hands to the ceiling, and then from here, exhale, bring yourself back up into a seated position. And now we're in our saw. Open your hands to the side, letter T, sitting up tall. Twist to the right side. We go left hand to right foot. Find your top hand reaching up, nose to knee, looking at your stomach. We saw, restack up, untwist. Twist to the left side. Reach your right hand to left foot. Feet are flexed. Ooh, this side's tighter. We saw, restack up, untwist. And again, twist. Wring out all of that wet rag. Reach it forward. It's your spine stretch, but now on our twist. Stretch. Restack up. Letter T arms. Twist to the left. Find that reach. As I reach, my opposite hip stays down. We reach. Restack up. Twist to the right. Find that stretch. Pinky toe to pinky finger. Stretch. Come back up one last time. Twist and reach. Hip bone down. Head is heavy. Reach. Restack up. Then from here, both legs together, we flip over towards our belly side. So, not quite yet into our swan. It's called our neck roll. From this position, your hands are coming to the outside of your shoulders as we're facing belly down. We're going to softly press up into our hands. So we're kind of in this forearm plank position. Take your chin over towards your right shoulder. Nod your chin downwards towards your chest. Look over to the left shoulder. Look forward and then come down. We're going to lift up again. Softly press into your palms, into your forearms. Hold here for a moment. Legs are long. Top of the socks are pressing downwards. Pelvis is heavy. Look over the left shoulder. Nod your chin down to your chest. Over to the right shoulder. Center. And then nod yourself back down. And again, pressing up. It's an upper back bend extension. I feel my upper back here. My legs can separate if I feel tension through my lower back. Think about trying to keep your thighs heavy. Nod, chin to right, lower down, over to the left, take it forward, take it back down. We'll go one more time. Lift the spine, left shoulder, down to your chin, over to your right, center, and then lower yourself on down. All right, single leg kick. So that upper back extension we just practiced, we're gonna do it again. I like to make a fist and then cup my second hand over the fist. Once I'm there, I press that position downwards so that I'm really pushing through the upper back. I'm in my shoulders, I'm rounding my shoulder blades off my back. Now from here, one heel is going to kick inwards towards the butt. So we kick, and then stretch long. Kick, and then stretch long. You press the elbows, your gaze is slightly forward to the top edge of your mat. So you want to make sure that the neck is following that contour line of your spine. Low stomach is hugging inwards, but you do got a little bit of a stretch through that front belly. As your heel curls in, think about trying to squeeze something from behind the back of the kneecap so that you're working through your glute and your hamstring. So I like to think about trying to pop a water balloon. We'll go one more each leg. Kick, kick, stretch, kick, kick, stretch. Then from here, take your chest onto the mat. You're going to take your right ear to the mat. Take your hands so that they come behind your lower back and your legs are together, reaching to the edge of your mat. Toes pointed downwards. Top of the sock is down. Now we kick for 3. We squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Reach the feet down onto the mat. I have tight shoulders, so I do have to separate my hands. As my hands reach backwards, I squeeze my shoulder blades together. My chest elevates up, and then I turn my ear to the opposite side, hands to the lower back, and then we do it again. Kick, kick, kick. Stretch the top of the socks down, reach the hands to your socks, lift your chest bone up for that upper back extension, and then bring yourself back down, right ear to the mat. A little bit faster. Kick, kick, kick. Stretch the legs, stretch the hands, upper back bent. Bring it down, left ear. Kick, kick, kick. Stretch the legs, reach the hands, upper back bent. Bring your right ear down. We go again. 3, 2, 1. Stretch the legs, stretch the hands, find that upper back bent. Last time here, left ear down. We kick, kick, kick. Stretch the legs, stretch the hands, upper back bend, hands to the mat, child's pose stretch. As you child's pose stretch, your hips come back. We find that rounding of your lower spine. Then we come back up to a seated position for a neck pull. Now for our neck pull, your feet are slightly apart from each other. Your hands are going to come back behind your head with your elbows slightly wide. From here, this is another one I don't practice enough. We'll see how it goes. Your feet stay heavy on the mat. Take a lean forward, take a lean backwards. Then tuck the tailbone underneath you, roll your spine downwards. Head hits the mat, and then exhale, roll yourself forward just like your spine stretch. I like to stretch, 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 then restack back up to a tall position. Flat back lean. You want to keep a flat like plank position. Once you feel like you can't keep it anymore, then tuck and round backwards, articulating that spine. Don't rest there because then that makes it hard to come right back up. Nose to knees, spine stretch forward. Press your head backwards into your hands so you keep that neck long. That's that neck pull. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Restack up, and then we'll go one more time. Lean it back, tuck the tailbone, round it back, rolling down, bone by bone. Head hits, and then exhale. Ooh, take it back forward. My feet lifted on that one. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Restack up. Relax the hands. Turn to your side for your side kicks. So for your side kicks, you can go onto your elbow, or we can go bicep down onto the ear, whatever feels good to you. I'm going to try to come onto my side arm, my elbow point for this one. My legs are going to go slightly reared forward. My hips are stacked in line with my shoulders. My hips are also stacked one over the other. I feel like my hip needs to go backwards a little bit more. All right, once you're in this position, I like both hands behind my head. You can also take one hand to the front of your belly like a kickstand. It's going to offer you more stability. And then as you're here, try to lift your bottom waist upwards. From here, your top leg, take it upwards towards the ceiling, flex it downwards towards the ground. Upwards towards the ceiling, downwards towards the ground. I lied. I'm going to take my hand like a kickstand. Point, flex, lift that bottom waist up. Point, flex, we're working the outer hip muscles. Lift, lower, squeeze the inner thighs as the leg comes down. We're going to go for 2 more times. I try to reach my top leg longer than my bottom leg, and my bottom leg is reaching down into the mat. Once I finish, I'm going to take my foot in line with my hip, point it forward, kick, kick, flex it backwards, squeeze your butt, hug the stomach in to try to keep away from arching. Point it forward, kick, kick, flex the foot, sweep it backwards, squeeze. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen back behind you. 3 more. Exhale. Exhale, squeeze it back behind you. And again, exhale. Inhale, back behind you. Then stack those feet together. Reach the top leg a little bit longer. See if you can keep that little mouse house underneath it. Circles. From here, I'm going to do small circles, about the size of a dinner plate. So I circle forward, up, around, and down. That was a little bit bigger than a dinner plate. Forward, up, around, and down. That feels good. Forward, up, around, and down. 3 more. Trying to continue to create length through the side of my ribs here, through the side of my hip. So I'm keeping away from hip hiking. Hip hiking works your back. Foot to foot. Once you're there, sweep it backwards, lift it up, bring it forward, down and in. We are emphasizing the in. I want you to kiss those legs together. Sweep it back, up, around, and in. Keep reaching your head long like in your neck pull. Last 2. And then on 1, we end with those legs together. And I'm gonna have you switch to the opposite side. I'm sitting up to switch over, but you can just flip around unless you wanna see the camera. We're gonna go elbow point to the mat, feet slightly kicked forward, hips stacked, one on top of each other, and hips also in line with shoulders. Find the same position you did on the other side. Find that lift through your bottom waist. It's like a side oblique lift, like a side plank. Lift the leg up and then lower the leg down. Point the toe up, flex the foot down. I noticed that I had to flex my bottom foot into the ground a little bit more. I had it a little bit sleepy there. I was just unaware of it. Inhale, exhale, close. Inhale, lift, exhale, close. One more time. Outer hip lengthens, inner thigh closes. Find that foot in line with your hip. From here, kick it forward. Kick, kick, flex it back. Oh, this side's harder for me to balance on. You kick, kick, reach the head long, reach the leg longer. That's that 2-way stretch. Kick, kick, bring it back in. Bring it back in. Trying to keep that mouse house. Know that ear to your bicep is going to make it feel a little bit more possible. If your body is shaking it around a whole bunch, we're missing out on that core stability. So take the head down if you need to give you a little bit more of a stable surface to strengthen your side body. I lost count. Let's just do 1 more. And then from here, bring your foot to foot and we go into our circles. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Check in with your waist. Have you gotten saggy in it? Think about trying to lift the rib cage up and off the mat, keeping your shoulders square. One last time. Take the leg backwards, upwards, and then back in. It's still a core exercise, especially up on my elbow. I feel my stomach working to stabilize me to make sure that I'm massaging the thigh bone in the ball and socket joint. One more time. Bring the legs together, flip over to your back. Heading into our teaser, let's do a teaser prep first. Knees in a bent position. Take your palms to the front of your thighs. From here, tuck your chin to chest, roll yourself up, find your hands up into your teaser position, then roll yourself on down. You can stay here if teaser is not for you. Otherwise, let's go ahead and take the legs up into a tabletop position. Hands to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale. Tuck your chin to chest. Stretch the legs out forward as you go to reach your hands parallel to your legs. Roll yourself on down, bone by bone by bone. Bend the knees back to tabletop. And again, inhale, exhale, chin to chest, reach the legs forward as you go to articulate up, hands parallel to the ground, squeeze those legs together, roll yourself down, bone by bone by bone. We're gonna do one more time, knees into tabletop. And again, chin to chest, exhale, takes it forward, reach those arms parallel to the ground, keep those legs up like they're lifting towards your chest, hold 3, hold 2, hold 1, forward fold, seal. Hands are gonna go inside of the legs and then to the outside of the ankles. It's like you're rolling a ball, except a little bit more playful, a little bit more fun. From here, find that point of your toes, find your C curve position through your spine. We clap at the top 3 times. We open, close, open, close, open, close from the hips, roll to the back, click, 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 roll to the front, click, 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 roll to the back, click, 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 roll to the front, click, click, click. So that tapping of your heels together is stemming from your hips. It's a hip external rotation. We're working through that hip joint. I emphasize that because a lot of times people just clap through the feet. One more time to the back, one more time to the front. Take a forward fold and stretch to the front edge of your mat. From here, let's come into a standing position. So if you were feeling fancy in the future, you could use your seal to roll up to a standing position. From here, standing up, legs together, take your hands upwards towards the sky, big inhale. On your exhale, tuck your chin to chest, roll it down, head heavy, arms heavy. And then we pulse it downwards towards the ground. We pulse to stretch, stretch deeper, stretch deepest. Shift your weight to your toes a little bit more. See if you can puff up that spine a little bit more. Hang your head a little bit heavier. And then from here, start to roll yourself back up. We go tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back. Take your arms with you as you go to stand up. And then open your hands out to the side, press your hands down, and you end as your tallest self for the day. Awesome job, you guys. I hope that you join me in March if you're happening to do this for March Matness. I hope you join me in attempting 30 days of this intermediate mat flow. Even if you are not joining in on March Madness, I think that the intermediate mat flow is a really great essential baseline to come back to notice how your body is strengthening, to notice how your body is improving in mobility and flexibility. It's so important to have those essential movements that you're retesting time and time again, maybe once a month, maybe once a quarter. If you're someone that likes to do more of the contemporary sculpting type of Pilates, it's still so important to have those baseline movements, kind of like in strength training. You have your squat, your deadlift, your chest press, those core essential movements that you come back to, that you can retest and see your progression time over time over time. And that is one of the ways that you get an objective measure of how you're progressing over time. So I really encourage you to mark this video as a favorite. If you had any exercises that you saw challenging within this, let me know. I'd love to do a breakdown on the exercise to help you get better at it. I do already have some specifically on the hundreds and also on the roll up, but if there's any others that are giving you any hiccups or you have any questions on it, send me a comment or send me a message on Instagram, laura.melgar.fitness, so that we can keep getting stronger together. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you want to see more videos like this. If you're not already subscribed to my page, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that we can keep working out together. My name is Laura, and I hope to see you again in another video. Have a good one.